I thought Americans were maybe slightly exaggerating about their trucks until somebody handed me the keys to this. This is no normal Ford truck. This is a 6.7 turbo diesel dually platinum Ford F350. That's a whole mouthful. Guys, you wouldn't be able to have this in the UK.
No.
In the UK, this wouldn't fit down the roads. There's no way. But here in America, this is completely normal. This fits right in. Nobody even really butts an eyelid when you drive it, which is crazy looking at it. Now, Americans, I need you to let me know. Is this one of the best trucks you can get? Or is it Ram? Is it GMC? Is it Jeep? What's your favorite and why? Let me show you this bad boy. Look at me getting
Stand next to it.
Look at me getting in it. Like, it's no joke.
It makes you look tiny. So sexy.
It is crazy.
Suits you.
Yeah? I thought Americans were maybe slightly exaggerating about their trucks.
Someone told this guy that he's still looking at the small trucks. They get way bigger, and this is a production truck. Ford goes up to like a F750.
Consider this. When a traveler comes to America and sees a pickup truck the size of a tiny house, he laughs and confidently says, "That has to be edited." 10 minutes later, they are using a side step to climb inside, wondering whether they accidentally rented military equipment instead of a car.
Walking along the side of the road here in Texas is an experience. As a European, as someone coming from Ireland, just looking out onto the road and just seeing all these trucks. The culture here of trucks, it just blows my mind.
Let's live with an American pickup truck in London. First step is parking, because just look at how big the GMC is. It's completely out of the bay, and if we go back here, it is completely taking up the pedestrian path. Also, just look at how big the GMC is compared to the most popular truck in Europe, which is the Ford Ranger. This thing is
I have this giant America truck. Look how big this thing is. It's called a Jeep Gladiator. This is so excessive. This is bigger than anything I've ever driven.
I was just chatting to a British fella. He was talking about his truck. He told me he's got a Ford Ranger, and he said it's absolutely massive. And I looked at him and I said, I doubt.
They finally understand why Americans say you haven't even seen the big ones yet, and every joke disappears between the first V8 Rumble and the fifth gigantic truck they pass.
Thank God for the sensors. Oh, hello. Might have to just go up the curb a little bit. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Oh, this is so hard.
That is a beautiful car.
Yeah, having fun with the diesel prices, is he?
Just come out the gym in England and I've come across my favourite truck, a Dodge Ram. Check out this beauty. You never see these types of trucks in the UK.
That first look almost always ends in the same way. European tourists expect to see the massive pickup trucks they've seen in Hollywood films when they go into an American parking lot. They are shocked to learn that the camera was actually making the truck appear smaller, despite their assumption that the cameras had been deceiving people for decades.
Guys, I've never seen something like this before. This truck behind me is way bigger than I am. I never saw something like that.
I thought Americans were maybe slightly exaggerating about their trucks.
Someone told this guy that he's still looking at the small trucks. They get way bigger, and this is a production truck. Ford goes up to like a F750, F850.
Photographs flatten everything, but reality has the incredible power to restore perspective. When you're standing next to an American pickup, it's like discovering a dinosaur that somehow wandered into modern traffic and decided to stop for petrol.
In the name of sweet hell is that? Look at that next to that car. What are we doing? How is that even legal?
I've always thought my truck's pretty big over here. In England, that won't even fit in roads. But I've been told that this is considered a small truck in Texas. Is that true?
One of the most unforgettable cultural shocks a foreign visitor may experience is what initially appears to be a car joke. For many Europeans, particularly those from countries where small streets, narrow parking lots, and centuries-old towns govern car design, America immediately feels like someone used a gigantic photocopier to enlarge everything.
One nutty thing that we've noticed about SEMA, and especially just America in general, they love trucks. In a size order, big truck in the UK, that ain't fitting on normal road. Bigger, bigger, bigger.
You know how I'm trying to soak in America after moving from the UK by getting experiences in culture, food, and places? Josh's efforts are hiring a truck. He believes this is what helps him settle into America.
In the direction of the horizon, the roads never end. The vehicles that pass through service stations, which resemble retail centers, often appear better adapted for moving mountains than for carrying cargo. It is hardly surprising that countless visitors grab their phones within minutes of landing, since no one back home would believe what they are looking at without photographic confirmation. An Irish visitor in Texas could hardly hide his excitement as the truck passed him. What seemed extraordinary to an outsider had become entirely ordinary to everyone around him, so he was more intrigued by the disparity than by the trucks themselves. The further visitors traveled into America, the more foreign their own vehicle assumptions felt.
Your truck? Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my ex had like a fake one.
Really?
Yeah.
So your ex had a fake F-150?
Yeah, no, it was really weird because like the side of it and like the seat.
Hey, listen, man. You can keep your modern truck. I love my Stone Age truck. It's a little dirty right now, but let me flip this camera around real quick. This is what a truck actually looks like. Not an oversized pickup truck, but a real truck.
A person who had proudly arrived, thinking that their sleek European saloon was the perfect mix of performance and utility, ended up parked next to a pickup truck so large that their own vehicle seemed like it belonged in a toy store's children's section. Naturally, Americans were pleased to explain that newcomers had not yet reached the very enormous models. Locals would smile and remind tourists that production models had grown much larger when they eagerly pointed out what they believed to be the largest truck ever.
And this just looks like a toy car in comparison. Now let's see if it can fit in a tiny parking garage. As we can see over here, this is absolutely tiny. We gotta fold the mirror in on this side just so that we can fit through. And now let's go through a McDonald's drive-through in this GMC. It doesn't even fit in the camera.
And if you think that Romanians drive Dacia, that was in the 70s and the 80s during communism. This is what Romanians drive today. Even Americans can't afford something like this. A big American truck.
Conversations suddenly turned to Ford's commercial cars, heavy-duty workhorses, and equipment made for jobs that sounded more like construction projects than everyday commuting. It became more clear that America saw big enough as a courteous suggestion rather than a real engineering restriction. One enthusiastic visitor approached the driver's seat of a huge pickup truck and immediately burst out laughing because entering the cabin required what appeared to be mountaineering equipment. The thick leather seats, commanding perspective, and elevated driving posture transformed an ordinary journey to the grocery store into an experience that seemed strangely thrilling.
The trucks that I've seen in America, I really doubt that your truck is massive. And he was like, no, trust me, it's huge. I said, have you ever been to America? He said, no. I tried to explain to him that the trucks in America, they are on a different level.
I'm a Brit living in America. Answer me this, is this the most American truck somebody could own? Check this out. So this is an early Ford Super Duty with a 12-valve P-pump Cummins.
On social media, the response was remarkably constant. Europeans first mocked America's obsession with huge trucks, but later they began posting videos that were genuinely respectful. Unabashed fascination quickly replaced playful uncertainty. Even though there was still laughter, the tone shifted from mocking amusement to sincere adoration, since witnessing these cars in person was so different from watching them on television. Interestingly, the infatuation extended far beyond pickup trucks. Ironically, after arriving in the United States, he was staring at a Chevrolet Camaro with the same excitement that American tourists usually reserve for Italian supercars.
Massive Chevrolets, they're raised up. Some of them are really like purposefully raised up. Some in the front, some in the back, some all four wheels. And you can tell that they are built purposefully for doing all the stuff that's necessary out here in the countryside.
Yeah. Cut off at just over 100 litres. I've got to go again. If you get him to reverse up, you can get out. Okay. Oh, they're getting really mad now behind. I can't blame them. I'm the most hated person at this Tesco forecourt. Still going, yeah, look, here we go.
It's amusing how familiarity may vary based on your location. The way Europeans responded to automobiles that the locals believed to be nearly invisible, however, thrilled American enthusiasts just as much. Locals rarely noticed a Camaro parked along a normal street, but international visitors surrounded it with cameras, as if they had discovered a priceless museum exhibit. That discrepancy was a great illustration of how cultural perspectives influence excitement. The perfect vacation photo for one person can be the everyday commute for another. Respect for European performance engineering was certainly warranted, but there was something hilarious about seeing visitors swarm around a beautifully tailored pickup with the kind of zeal usually reserved for supercars valued at millions of pounds. An Italian engineer probably didn't entirely understand why he was driving around, but he probably felt a little insulted someplace.
Around here. I think they're right. Can I get round here without hitting one of the pub benches? Oh, he's risky. He's shaking his head at me like I'm mad. Oh, he's not happy. He's not happy about me having this. Oh, got to ease out.
Well, even in Norway, people want superior American muscle. Look at that. Shelby.
The difference became even more apparent when guests drove one. Within minutes of hiring a Ram pickup for a road trip, a British guest said that he couldn't stop smiling. Country music boomed from the speakers. The bonnet extended endlessly into the distance, and every traffic signal abruptly offered a commanding view over surrounding vehicles. It was more akin to momentarily adopting an entirely different lifestyle than renting a car. They started asking practical questions about import trucks back home, shipping costs, and whether or not neighbors could tolerate a pickup occupying 2 parking spaces. Most of the time, passion won out over reasoning.
This is a thing of beauty. My friend Jean's first time seeing. What do you think, Jean?
He calmed down with fun with the petrol prices.
All right, so we're at In-N-Out, and we ran into this guy. And this is this the first time you've seen the Cybertruck?
Yeah, like in real life.
What is it like seeing this?
Super cool.
Any first thoughts?
I thought it was like
The irony grew funnier each time Europeans went back home and tried to squeeze their cozy hatchbacks through narrow streets. After spending several weeks observing American roads from the lofty driver's seat of a full-sized pickup, cars that had seemed appropriately roomy now appeared almost absurdly little. The long-lasting change in perspective could not be easily reversed. A British couple saw this shift firsthand while on vacation on North Carolina's Outer Banks. The steering wheel was higher than it ought to have been. The bonnet seemed to go somewhere over the horizon. Measuring the car's corners when parking also proved to be a surprisingly useful spatial awareness exercise.
That's stupid. Would someone look driving around in that? How? Yeah. Yeah. Cool and normal. Totally cool and normal.
Naturally, car trips require the appropriate music. Furthermore, a satisfied passenger reported that driving an American pickup truck without country music seemed completely weird. Before guitars, banjos, and stories of dusty highways entered the lodge, the atmosphere seemed lacking. However, it's still highly unlikely that anyone really enforces that rule. Somewhere between the music and the endless roads, America began to make perfect sense. Travelers were often left in disbelief, especially in Texas. One tourist admitted that, after visiting the state for a few days, he had scarcely seen anything that he would consider truly tiny. Each grocery store parking lot appeared to be a massive engineering display. Ford Super Duties were parked next to the elevated Rams. Common SUVs were dominated by massive GMCs. In comparison to their European counterparts, even Toyota pickups appeared to be much larger.
How am I fitting in that? How am I fitting in that? It's absolutely bonkers. All the running gear, orange and chrome running gear, look at like the time that people must spend doing all this stuff. Like this obviously can't be used on the road, I'm assuming, but it's absolutely wild. And then my favourite.
What American cars would look most out of place in the UK?
Any of the trucks, like any of the.
Oh right,
the
right.
Truck, like a guy had an F-150 Raptor once that he parked on. We call it Sloane Street, and it literally took up the whole lane. Like
Standing near to these vehicles produced yet another amazing feeling of wonder. They had hip-high wheels. The door handles were positioned too high. The bonnets stretched forward like the bows of ships prepared to leave port. A few attendees jokingly asked whether ladders could be available as optional equipment because climbing inside required much more agility than expected. Luxury just added to the amazement. The cabin was more akin to an elegant hotel lounge than the inside of a practical vehicle. The notion that pickups were exclusively utilized on building sites gradually disappeared with each new function they discovered.
You've never seen a boy so happy about a hire car. We just arrived in the Outer Banks. He's got a truck. It's far too big. Look at his little face.
Got me a truck.
He loves it. He loves it. Ooh, sounds good. Okay, why? Well, this is the narrowest part of the county, and this is probably the widest car in Herefordshire right now. Oh, I'm in the middle of the road. He just went like this.
That revelation challenged another commonly believed assumption in Europe. Many visitors expected large trucks to put power ahead of comfort. But modern American pickups expertly combine the two. 10 years ago, customers of luxury cars would have been astounded by their advanced driver assistance technology, heated seats, sophisticated suspension systems, and other levels of refinement, all while retaining their remarkable towing power. Travelers enjoyed the powerful look, bold demeanor, and unique rumble of V8 engines that came with vintage vehicles like the Oldsmobile 442. Unlike many European sports cars that were meticulously crafted with accuracy in mind, American muscle often felt wonderfully rebellious.
Because like the side of it and like the seats said Raptor.
Up here.
Yeah, no, and I was really confused because I was like, that's not, doesn't say F-150, like.
Did it say Raptor on the side of it?
Yeah,
On the side?
yeah. And then it had like shifters on the steering wheel.
Insane truck and my dream. You guys don't understand. Watch me get in this bad boy. It's huge. Like you need a leather to get in here. And even inside.
They announced their arrival long before anyone noticed them. Fans treasured every amazing moment of it. The difference between British and American highways remained a source of entertainment. Roads back home are often too narrow to fit two little hatchbacks. Navigating one of those medieval streets in a full-sized American pickup would likely require several apologies, three-point turns, and perhaps a local historian documenting the incident for future generations. Builders drove them to work. Families loaded them with groceries without hesitation. Something amazing from somewhere else becomes wonderfully commonplace here. And that normalcy fascinated international visitors just as much as the trucks did.
Scania, you definitely couldn't claim it to drive your Volvo. No. Your Scania is basically an oversized pickup truck with a V8 engine. As for the Volvo, yeah, don't get me started on that one. Let's go take a look inside, see what it looks like.
Every successive place reinforced the same concept. Shopping center parking lots resembled unofficial car museums, with a huge machine worth examining in each row. Commercial trucks rumbled confidently along roadways. Lifted pickups proudly stood outside restaurants. On the highways, heavy-duty labor cars and polished luxury models with chrome accents and immaculate paintwork coexisted. America had somehow transformed practical transportation into a unique cultural identity. There were more surprises to come. Renters of recreational vehicles quickly found that their seemingly massive motorhomes were actually quite small when compared to the massive fifth-wheel trailers that were parked across American parks.
So this is my father-in-law's truck. You might recognize him from Cycle Zombies.
This thing looks insane. I don't even, it's hard to believe that this is even, like, real. What the hell is this? Guys, let me know if you've ever seen one of these before. Is this like a concept truck? It looks like it's parked in a parking lot. Normal, though. Look at this.
Some of those rolling homes appeared to be luxurious apartments with plenty of slide-outs, spacious kitchens, and enough living space to make some city apartments look ridiculous. Once again, the American scale quietly altered expectations. Then came the most futuristic discovery of them all. Parking lots were starting to see rows of Cybertrucks with angular, pointed designs that seemed more appropriate for science fiction films than suburban shopping centers. Whether or not visitors liked them, almost all of them stopped to stare as they skillfully found parking spaces with astonishing precision. It was rather remarkable to observe such a big machine gently handle itself, since it seemed to combine the wisdom of advanced computing with the actual presence of heavy gear.
Got the clicks, finally. Go as quick as I can before the people behind me kill me. Okay, right, better go pay for the other bit in here. They're getting annoyed behind. Okay, so here we go. 184.
Hearted, a little more fun than my typical video, and I did learn quite a bit. Those are things that I never thought of, although I never just sat down and thought about why are trucks different here in the United States than they are in Europe. But
the experience seemed extremely surreal to many travelers. When they sat inside a car large enough to haul amazing cargo while sophisticated electronics silently handled challenging driving tasks, everything they had thought about trucks was put to the test. Instead of being simple workhorses, these vehicles started to seem like luxurious mobile command centers with cameras, sensors, digital displays, and software that was sophisticated enough to impress both computer and car fans. Beyond the vehicles themselves, visitors often commented on America's remarkable ability to transform ordinary places into tourist attractions. Restaurants introduced a new chapter to the quest. Visitors tasted popular American chains, engaged in impassioned discussions about regional specialties, and chuckled at quantity proportions that seemed determined to feed entire football teams rather than individual consumers. Somewhere between late-night dinners, wayside restaurants, and barbecue spots, the road trip itself became inexorably linked to the cars carrying passengers across thousands of miles.
Everyone is loving this thing. Wow. I mean, you can't not. It's such a happy little truck. I'm going to have to speak to the owner of this because I love this thing. Let's just keep it.
I am with Lani and Sam, and we're driving this. He's not even driving. How is this even like? Look! What is going on? This is so for an English.
The locals also contributed significantly to the experience. Travelers often reported that Americans were kind, approachable, and genuinely willing to recommend their favorite scenic routes, hidden restaurants, and regional traditions. Sometimes simple comments about pickup trucks led to lengthy discussions on engines, road trips, fishing, camping, and life in different parts of the country. The most significant shift was probably psychological rather than mechanical. Upon their arrival, tourists were convinced that small European vehicles were the ideal blend of efficiency and usefulness. They departed with an understanding of why millions of Americans choose larger vehicles on their own volition. It involved more than just hauling capacity or cargo room. It was about embracing a way of life that emphasized freedom, flexibility, comfort, and boundless opportunities.
It's amazing.
Look at this. Look at the seats. Platinum. Guys, I need this truck in my life. Honestly, I'm manifesting. It's gonna happen. This is going to be my truck in the near future. Do I suit it?
What's that?
That thing behind us, it's out of Star Wars. What is that? What kind of car is that?
That is a Tesla SUV. It's electric.
High-end European SUVs have always appealed to him, but after witnessing American trucks for himself, he started to see a variety of activities that would be perfect for truck ownership, such as long-distance road trips, weekend camping trips, and home improvement tasks. The car served as more than just a vehicle. It was an opportunity. Another traveler, who had previously considered a Mustang to be enormous, concluded that it hardly qualified as abnormally huge in America. Exposure subtly recalibrated every previous belief. Cars that were previously considered to be large suddenly seemed pleasantly average, while genuine heavy-duty pickups set entirely new standards for automobile size.
What the hell is
Them
that?
trucks that be overseas, when you talk about ingenuity, when you talk about stepping out from the rest, man, these truckers right here, they be doing some stuff.
This thing looks...
Oh, this thing is cool.
This emotional shift explains why many European tourists continue to have remarkably similar emotions after visiting the United States. When they get there, they expect their memories to be dominated by iconic skylines, restaurants, and landmarks. Instead, countless holiday photographs feature contented tourists standing next to extraordinarily tall pickup trucks, their expressions combining amazement, incredulity, and barely concealed jealousy. Without a question, America is home to famous landmarks, stunning national parks, and renowned cities. But in the midst of endless roads, vast dealership lots, towering trucks, roaring muscle cars, and surprisingly luxurious cabins, tourists often discover something far more unexpected. They encounter a completely different driving mindset.
They're used for different reasons. There's different regulations put in place. The roadways are different. The laws are different. And neither one of them is better
So
wait, so look, it already knows where the stop signs are.
So this will literally...
It'll get us there and park it.
What?
You can watch it.
You were not even going to drive?
No. I said
Nah. Nah.
Because they don't ever run out of electricity. Because no one's going to help them in that thing. No.
Ultimately, the pickup truck is much more than just a vehicle on four wheels. It represents confidence, skill, curiosity, and the very American belief that there is almost always room for something a little bit bigger. Despite their initial perception that those enormous trucks are mostly found in movies and internet videos, many Europeans leave with a completely different memento after standing next to one, climbing into the driver's seat, and seeing miles of open highway ahead. It's not a keychain, a t-shirt, or an image. It is the unsaid suspicion that they might acquire one in the future.